Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Mel7 Gaming, and we are playing Pillars of Eternity: Deadfire. And we are continuing our save. I think this is episode 3. We've made our character. We had kind of the little intro scene, and now we're going to continue on. Our ship has crash landed here on this island after a huge storm. We saw Aothis, the god, stomping across the island in his new giant Audra body after we fought with some pirates. So this is kind of how things have ended for us. So tab, by the way, shows you anything that is that you can interact with. So we're going to start walking down the island here and picking up what we can pick up.
Hope the rest of those sodden bastards made it.
Make sure we're not leaving anything out here that we might need later. That's our statue there that talks to us from Cadnua. Come over here and make sure this body doesn't have anything we might need. Ooh, somebody's up on the ship. Okay, well, let's see if we can figure that out.
Maybe just this once.
Oh, wait. We click up here. It can give us an option. Define as looking far worse for wear after its unexpected landfall. The hull is splintered in several places along the keel, while the tattered sails stand as evidence to your battle with the pirates. So, continue. The deck of the Defiant is well out of reach from the here. Their ship groans like a beached whale each time a wave rolls in, but it doesn't seem to be listing further. You may be able to climb up. So we've got some options here. Either A, we can use our rope and grappling hook. There's a number of items in the game that you can use, and despite the fact that it makes 0 sense, they are single-use items. So if we use our grappling hook here, we're going to throw it up, and even though the ship's still there, and we could take it down whenever we wanted, we can't. It's a one-use thing, it's gone. Or we can use an ability. You can see right here, we can scale the deck by hand. It is going to use the athletics ability. So if we click this, it's going to say that this is a watcher-only check, meaning we have to climb up ourselves. But we have 2 athletics, so we're going to go ahead and click ourselves. If we check over here, it'll show his athletics, which is also 2. If he were given the option, it would show both of us, and we would select who we wanted to roll against. We nimbly climb up the side of the ship and reach the top without so much as breaking a sweat. Adair is not far behind, pulling himself up and over the railing behind you. You can see here, that was the roll we used. There we go. Here we go. Now, we're going to get another one of those in a second.
You're looking better, Casita. That, or I'm worse off than I thought.
So, Arena is one of our crew members. So, continue here.
It's my leg, Matico. It hurts even worse than it looks.
All right, so we've got a few options. We can talk to her what happened. She clearly just had one of the barrels roll over her. We can create a splint from debris, and we can see that our survival skill lets us do that. Or we can carry you back down, and we have both might and athletics. Either of these is good enough to get us there. So I'll just create a sprint from the debris, because that seems to make sense. Oh, whoops.
Planning on going for a run, Casita.
And there we go.
It still hurts, but I can manage from here. Agrasima. Have you found any of the others yet? I'll start a fire. If any of the others are out there, hopefully they'll see it and turn up.
So, there we go. Now, I don't believe there's anything on the ship that it's going to let us interact with, so we'll just hop back down. And we'll go down. And we've got a little bit of stuff over here we haven't clicked on yet. Let's go ahead and grab that. Now, some of this food can be used both by us while we camp, but it can also be used as ship rations. So we can't click it yet because our ship is broke. But when we will be able to, we'll be able to move that type of food over, and it essentially goes into the stores for the ship. So let me go ahead and change this to do a custom formation. Gonna let me adjust that custom formation. Right click to modify. It's just the 2 of us. I want him up front to some extent because he's our tank. I think that makes sense. I'm actually going to put him like this, and that's actually pretty close to what the standard one is, but I'm going to go with it anyway.
How can I... Already there. I've marked my target.
Soooo.
See? Good thing we put him forward. Boar runs up, goes after Adair just like we want. We're going to turn this on. So we talked about modals in the first episode when we made our character. The shield has a modal. We can click this here. It's going to use our shield to attempt to block incoming weapon attacks, either completely resisting or but at the cost of initiative. So he's going to move a little bit slower, a little bit later in the turn. So we'll go ahead and do that, but then we're going to go ahead and show. Let's see if we can knock the pig down. All right, and in his turn.
How can I help?
Excuse me, we're going to walk up. I'm actually going to flank it, so we're going to come around to the side a little bit farther, and I'm going to go ahead and use my Discipline Barrage. It doesn't really matter, but we can use it every fight. I mean, we use our... We've got 3 points of fighter abilities here and 3 points of rogue abilities, so we may as well use them.
All right, so we're doing this.
And we crush it. Because we're that good.
Is that all?
And we get a little bit of food. Wander up this path.
Watcher, over here.
We'll go back down there and talk to him in just a second.
Didn't think death would be so boring.
Fair enough. And again, remember, we're the Watcher, so we can talk to all the dead souls here. Oops.
It is
have
good
a hard-
to see you well, Watcher. I believe the boars were hoping for easy meat.
I have a hard time clicking on stuff as the camera moves, because the camera constantly kind of follows on its own, and then when you stop, it slowly slides to a stop. So you can't even run, stop, and click something. You have to wait for all the action. So expect some pausing as I'm just trying to click on things.
The bosun, Beadle, is in that cave over there. Ran in after a boar. Stubborn old dwarf.
All right, go to the beach. We'll meet there.
Sounds fine to me. See you there, Captain.
So the crew members are great on the ship, and we will be able to use them in combat and stuff on the ship if we get attacked or if we try to board somebody else, but they won't join your party for the island stuff. That's all going to be on you and the party members themselves. In we go.
I guess we're not the first to head this way.
See some loot. Some repair supplies. Those will go in the ship stores when we get them. A little bit of money. Some hardtack. Again, food for everybody.
Oh, all right. Maybe just this once.
And we're also going to get a fair number of items to craft. As we get enough things to build things based on the crafting recipes we have here, this will tick up. So when we have enough to build one thing, it'll show, and then it will be, say, in white. So if we had enough to build a potion of minor healing, this would go white. We'd come in here, we'd craft, and we'd have, obviously, one of each of those if we did that. So crafting will be a big part of the game as we go on.
Hey, watch out.
I'm going to run him up to the side here so we can make sure to get our...
Here we go.
Should have knocked it down, but that's okay. It's not going to have a lot of
How
help.
can I help?
Because we don't have a whole lot of movement with her, as we discovered in the ship fight. So we want to make sure that we
trinket.
keep things easy to run to. She's tall, but not fast. So now, Alt or clicking this is going to let us stealth.
Back.
We can kind of sneak up. All right, we're going to see dangerous stuff. Let's maybe stealth our way up. Ah, there we go. See? Now there's a skeleton. If we get in his view, he's going to have a chance to look. And as we get closer like this, he can hear us. We're close enough. He can sense us. He can hear us. And you can see this is going to start to go that way, and then it's going to go red. And when it goes red, then they are going to get an attack on us. So I'm going to go ahead, and we are going to hit this and attack
I've got
there.
an arrow
And we're
with
going to
your
do the
name
same
on
thing
it.
with him. And we're going to go there, and maybe we'll try a knockdown, and we'll go there. And we'll see if we can get this thing started out right. And we just crushed it before he even got a chance to do anything. In fact, she still hasn't done anything. I'm going to turn off her stealth now, and we're just going to run her over here to the
got it.
stairs. He got the big hit out of stealth there, which is pretty badass. So it looks like there's one more skeleton up here.
Hey, watch out.
Oh, and he's far enough away it took us out of combat.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. With that guy dead, and that guy never actually started, we did okay. I'm going to come over here and grab this while we're doing it. Whoops, maybe.
Of
Told you I had
course,
trouble
darling.
clicking on stuff. We're going to go back
Watch
to stealth.
closely, darling.
And
Whoa, look.
there's two of them there. Not really much chance of us getting into this. Especially with him face this way and him face this way. Now they think they hear something. We're just going to run her up. And we're going to smack. And
You're going down.
we'll do the same thing here. Something like that. And combat starts. I think she whiffed on that fight. Oh, maybe it just didn't even happen.
What do you need?
So, now what we can do is we can walk him around here.
Of course.
Now, he should engage both of these. So, anything with a green line on it is engaged by him. We can't spin the camera around, so can't see. I don't think the other one's on there. And if there's a red line, they would have him engaged. So if he were to move out of combat, they'd get a free shot at him.
Leave it to me.
He's flanked because we had somebody on each side. Into his
My
turn.
turn.
And we'll do the same thing. We'll walk her up here. We'll do our discipline barrage.
I've got an arrow with your name on it.
Or a giant morning star, as the case may be.
How can I help?
Now she gets
I
another
have
attack.
my mark.
She ended up at the top of the next round. Just the way things work. Probably due to the buff. So we get a couple pistols. We got a note there to read. Still no sign of Benwith. How much longer are we gonna wait? The wet's already ruined half our take. And get your stinking construct under control. It's been hanging out by that crystal. I swear it's been giving me the eye. Everything else is just normal stuff, but you know what? We've got a cool hat here. Give ourselves a pirate hat. There we go. Yeah, that's better. We also have this ring, Guan's Pledge. This is like a healing thing. So we can do that. It'll drop an effect. Represents the harvest of old age, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, it doesn't say it here. Oh, Grant's Guan's Pledge here. So we can drop a friendly AoE that will help heal 36 health.
You made the right choice. My turn. You can't have Vax for a brother.
We have a mechanic of 1. It has a 1, so we're not better than it. So we're gonna have to use a lockpick.
Without picking up a trigger. All done?
So we need more of that. We got a nice coat and some money.
My turn. Already there.
Now I haven't talked about it, but armor-wise, you can see we've got an armor rating of 7. Plus, we're going to have some bonus against damage. So if they try to do crush or freeze, it'll do a little bit less. So if somebody hits us with a warhammer, say, it'll take 5 off that damage roll. Initiative is plus 35%. Lower's better. So this is adding 35% to our base initiative and moving us back farther in there. Whereas if we take a look at this, we can see it has an initiative of 0. So we would go at our natural initiative. It doesn't slow us down at all. So we could go ahead and put on this fancy jacket and wade into combat. So it's not going to give us... going to give us just an armor rating of 3 versus an armor rating of 7, but we are going to get to go sooner in the turn. That's the idea. That is a pretty cool jacket, by the way, right? But we're going to go ahead and put some armor back on. And kind of roll up here. What we got going on? Palm slats and some more lockpicks. Good.
Hey, watch out.
Oh, and we moved too far. Combat is already there. So I'm going to go ahead and move him up to here. I think this guy's easier to kill. See, he's got 1 skull on the sword up there. He's got 2. So what I want to do is now he has him engaged, which means if we try to move him out of combat, it's going to get a free extra hit. I'm going to move him up just a little bit farther. We're going to stay within combat. Now we're close enough that he's engaged with us. Ultimately, though, I want this guy to come in, and we're going to kill this guy first. But I want to keep him attacking here, if that makes sense. And maybe I'll even knock him down one time. May as well get some free hits in on him early while we wait to do that. I'm going to use our rogue ability to jump to here. We walked us part way, and then so we'll have him flanked. I'm going to take the hit. We are... well, I don't know. We've done a bunch of damage to him already. We might stick on him. This guy's a lot easier to kill. But we've already got this guy down almost halfway. So I'm kind of thinking we just stick on him. Now, he's flanked. If these positions were replaced,
My turn.
we would do more damage. So I'm actually going to walk me up here to get me... No, I'm going to leave it. I might walk him around afterwards. Keep him flanked this time. smack him hard, and then I'm going to walk this way. He's no longer flanked. I'm trying to get her flanked so she does more damage. I'm going to move him around here to get him flanked again. Now, Adair's no longer flanked, but this guy should be. And we did 11 damage. And he misses one, grazes the other. We're actually doing really well in this fight. Now, he didn't flank us, unfortunately. He moved in close here, so they're on the same front. If he would have been around to the side a little bit, we'd been a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and use that to get us a buff.
The hunt is on.
Smack him in the back with our flank. Walk around here. Turn there, so we'll have this guy flanked as well when we get a chance. Adair's going to step up. That will get us the flank there.
That must have hurt.
And just pop him good. So if we go up here, we'll see that he lost 1 armor for being flanked. So he gets 3 for just being undead, I guess. And also his deflection got lowered. So the actual penetration required went down, and then the deflection, which is your base to hit, went down as well. So it's accuracy versus deflection for the hit. So we got a bonus to hit. And then as far as the damage, it's armor versus penetration. So we got a bonus to our damage as well. So that's how they work. So flanking helps you all the way around, unless you get bonus damage because of your class.
The hunt
We
is
healed
on.
12 because of our sword, because of our fighter class. He would also heal, except nothing's hitting him. And now we just pound this guy down. Heals back up. There we go. Down he goes. That was the kill cam, whatever, fatality.
What's a metal
deal,
killing
right?
machine doing out here by himself in a cave anyway? Collecting his thoughts?
Hopefully collecting treasure. Whoops, get out of the way so I can click that. All right, what do we got over
That's
here?
gonna be hard to clean.
A ring of minor protection. Not too bad. We're probably going to want that.
Smells at this point.
And that requires arcane to use, but it's a scroll of fan of flames. Okay. So the question is, he's our tank. Do we give him the ring because he's our tank? Or do we give it to us because we need to be flanked all the time? I think for the moment, I'm going to give it to us. To our commander there. And then I thought we also... not found it yet. Simple clothing. We could go leather armor. It'll let us go a little faster. No, I think we're okay with where we're at. By the way, if you're looking here, you can say, okay, I only want to see armor, and click that. Say I only want to see armor and weapons. You click that, it'll show. I think you can see both. Shift click will let you see more than one thing. So that shows us those 3 things, and then we just unclick it to get back to seeing everything else. Took me a little while to figure what was going on with that, like how to get back to everything else. Oh,
What have we here?
Pirates!
There's
I'll
our
take
guy.
your scabrous souls for fish food.
your scabrous souls.
Bayadol. Still alive and calling everybody scabrous, I see. Well, now we got a bosun. Just need a boat.
Adair! And I see that corpse we've been carting around is looking a slight more sprightly. Good to see the 2 of you, but mind your step. I've got myself in a spot of trouble.
Spot of bother. All these
And
traps.
trying to find a way past without losing a leg or getting a face full of poison.
So we have perception, and we also have mechanics. I'm just gonna go perception on this one.
If you're certain.
We can spot him. We can walk you through. And he gets out. Safe on the other side, he lets out the breath he's holding and wipes his brow.
It's just bats and stinking corpses in this cave. You find anyone else?
So this would move us towards aggression. We're not really looking at that. We're just going to say we got a campfire.
Then I'll head that way myself. See you on the beach, Captain.
Now, one of the nice things about traps is you can disarm them, and you get experience for disarming them. So we're going to walk
Careful,
up here,
There's something there.
and we're going to start to disable these
I've
traps.
marked my target.
And also, then we could keep them. So later on, we could stealth up, we could drop some traps in, and then maybe we, fire a ranged shot in and pull somebody into the traps. Stuff like that. At least that's what I did in PoE 1 on occasion. I never remember to do it in PoE 2 so far. So we'll see how that goes. You can also blow these things up from a distance, and they will explode. I think we could even just smack it.
Between the eyes. Oh.
Sometimes one of them won't blow
Maybe
up right
just
away,
this
and it will
once.
wait and explode really bad. So if you see them and you have ranged attacks and the bad guys are next to them, blow them up.
Oh, that's easy.
Another disarm, and we're getting XP for all this, which is great. We get a breastplate and to Andra Tara, Andra's tooth, large baroque pearls. Okay. And I'm going to switch to this breastplate just because I think it looks cooler. It's really the only difference. Well, let's go to armor. So, this one gets us bonus versus crush and freeze. This one gets us bonus against slash and shock. So, slightly different weapons, you know, do better against different types of armor, which is one reason why you need to pay attention to what damage you're doing as well. Another skeleton. We're closing in on our 30 minutes, unfortunately, but I want to get through the cave before we end this episode. So,
Yeah?
we're going to move Adair around. Now, they're both engaged, which means if either of them tries to leave melee combat, there'll be an issue. But we can just slide around here without, get our big hit, get our knockdown in our
My
turn.
son.
We'll bring her in. We'll go ahead, we'll do our discipline barrage to get us our bonuses, our buffs, and then we will smack the
hunt
crap
is
out of
on.
him. And that should finish the skeleton. And eventually, combat will end and we'll get a loot. Got a warhammer. Crossbow, some pirate armor, another hat. Well, of course, we all gotta have pirate hats. Even Adair. There we go. Looking
Nice.
sharp in his
Already
pirate
there.
hat.
Could be a fight.
All right.
What do you need?
Adair's gonna go first. He'll run up
Stay
and smack
behind
this
me.
guy. Probably should have done a knockdown. That's okay.
How can I help?
We get there? I don't think we quite can. So we're gonna use this, and we're gonna pop to the other side. And with a little luck, this guy's gonna come down and flank us. In fact, I'm gonna make it easy for him. I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna go ahead and pop our buff
I have
and
my
smack
mark.
this guy. I'm hoping this guy comes up and flank. No, he stays back to range attack, so we're not gonna get flanked. I think this is probably wasted.
I've got
Ah, we
an
got a
arrow
graze,
with
so it was
your
just as
name
well.
on it.
And I'm gonna move around to the back here, turn
The
to face
hunt
him,
is on.
and end. Now, when we
Hey.
move Adair up, it'll be flanked again. There we go, flanked. Take advantage of that as often as we can. And down it goes. 41 damage, and we see the slow motion death there. The final death in the fight.
Is that all? How can I help?
Get all our
Come
crafting
along,
items
trinket.
together. Ah, what's this? The water in here glows an eerie blue, and the cave glistens with the reflective light. You can just make out an opening in the cavern wall to the northwest where the water flows onward. Tunnel seems to extend a short distance before turning sharply, but you cannot see where it leads. So we're going to have swimming here, and it's going to be athletics? Athletics. So athletics 2, doesn't really matter. We'll go ahead and just swim through. Swim through is a watcher-only check, so we'll pick us. Taking a last gulp of air at the surface, your party swims through the tunnel, following the cavern wall as it builds. Partway through, Lowe starts to lag behind. Panic sets in as the remaining distance becomes clear. Adar returns to help, pulling Lowe forward to safety. You come up with what appears to be another smaller cabin where sunlight streams in from an opening in the stone. Right. Oh, grab some more Ink's Heart there and walk out this entrance. And we've got another spirit.
Told him not to bring that thing in there. Didn't like the look of it one bit. But no one daren't speak poor of his precious animancy tech.
Ghostly figure paces the length of the small outcropping with quick, deliberate steps, muttering to herself all the while. Her long cape flaps in the wind that blows in from the in-between.
Special gift from his contact, he says. Now it's acting all weird. Gives me the damn creeps. You feel it too, right? Like it's looking straight through you?
She turns piercing purple eyes on you. She shakes her head and resumes her pacing.
Came out here to get away. Couldn't stand it staring at me anymore. Then... Oh, my memory's fuzzy. Anyway, you want a Benwifts? Haven't seen you for, but he's been bringing all sort of new folks on lately. Can't hardly keep track.
So we've got some options here. We've got perception, so we can say looks like the rocks did a number. We can go aggressive and say we're going to kill him next time. We can go diplomatic. I'm going to ask about the animancy tech.
Oh yeah, one of the crew got it off those Valian bungholes. The ones what with the fancy ships and jaunty caps. We swipe things from them all the time.
Well, there we go. So, same options. We'll go with perception. Looks like the rocks did a number on your boat.
I think I remember something about a boat. Yeah, and some screaming. Look, maybe we should stick together. Feels right, you know? What with you being the only other thing around and all. I can give you a hand with, spirity stuff.
So, we got some options. We can go benevolent, say stick with me, or return you to the wheel. No kidding, I've always wanted a ghost friend. That's our witty option. Clever option, that's what we're going to go with. Do what you like if we wanted to be stoic, or I'm the watcher, I've got the spirity stuff covered. That's our rational. Or we just say, get lost. But we're going to go clever. No kidding, I've always wanted a ghost friend.
And I've always wanted to be a ghost. Look at us, all in accords. We like two peas. I just hope you know where you're going, because I ain't got half a clue.
Spirit tries to give you a friendly pat on the shoulder, but her hand passes right through you. Unperturbed, she grims and walks along behind you.
Still seeing ghosts, huh? I suppose you're stuck with that.
Another pistol, some random stuff,
Maybe just
nothing
this
else out here.
once.
Now we gotta swim back through the cavern to get out.
Come along, Trinket.
Swim through. Off we go. I don't think we missed anything. I think we did okay. All right, I do like the artwork though. Looks beautiful. And there we go. We made it out of the cave. Oh, we got another soul there. Talk to it.
Hey, fancy seeing you here.
Spirit's voice warps and shifts, muted as if by great distance. Even so, he grins brightly at you.
I can't see much of anything really, apart from you. Just endless gray.
We'll stick with the clever. Shoo, go towards the light and all that. You didn't make it, you idiot. You're dead. That's the cruel one. We're gonna go 3. Shoo.
I don't see any light, Captain. Just you. Is there supposed to be a light?
Bareth charged me with guiding souls into the afterlife, so I suppose you're my responsibility now.
Oh. Suppose that sounds nice enough. I'll follow you then, shall I?
Come along. Falls in a step behind you, radiating cheer. All right, and we've got everybody here that we've found so far, so we're going to end this episode right here. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're enjoying it. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you are. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. And we'll see you next time when we return with... I almost said Path of Exile. There's too many PoEs. With Pillars of Eternity, Deadfire. Cheers.